looks like we'll actually have to play the game now. But yeah, the winner of this match actually ends up playing my team, Vile Plumes, in the next round. So I decided to hop in on comms to, do a little bit of scouting. See potential competition.
So who are you rooting for? And I'll root for the other one.
I'm not going to say who I'm rooting for, because
I
think that would be rude to the other team, but...
That's fair. Yeah, I want to keep it chill.
But I'm rooting for a good match. That's what I'll say. And the mode for this one is Chozo full area. So basically with Chozo, there are all of the major items, 2 missile packs, 2 super packs, and a power bomb pack. And then 3 E-tanks and 1 reserve. And they're all on the Chozo statues, so any statue that normally would hold one of those balls or whatever, those are all of the major items. And then in addition to those, there are also boss reward items. So there's Right Super at Red Ship, Kraid Varia suit, and then there is Behind Ridley as other Chozo items. And the interesting thing about Chozo is only things on Chozo statues are considered in logic. So right now, I'm guessing both of these runners are going to go to the right and try to find some more stuff, but none of that stuff is considered in logic when you're thinking about where items could be. So right now, the next progression for these runners is either at is either at Bomb Terizo, or it's right of the ship through that transition that they can get to. And this is also full area, so basically any transition that would lead to another area can lead to any other transition at any other area as well.
So we'll have a major at 230 missiles if we get a bomb item to check that, right?
Exactly.
Cool.
It's a little annoying not to get a power bomb early here, because you want to be able to check this portal. This portal is really isolated. If it's something like Kraid or Torian, you won't know that until the very end, because you're probably not coming back down here until the very end of the game if you need to. But a lot of times the portals do link up where you can find out where that portal goes anyway. So we'll see if that comes back into play here.
Yeah,
both runners have looks
nice and linked up.
Both of them doing the ledge grab climb instead of the wall jump climb. I prefer the wall jump climb personally, but that's because my ledge grabs aren't very good.
Hey, same reason for me. But my wall jumping isn't that great either, so take what you can get. Alright, Bomb Terizo check coming up.
Yep, we'll see if it's something that...
FrenchLightningJohn there first.
Yep, we'll see if it's something that lets the runners go left here, or if they'll be forced right at the ship. And it's a power bomb, so both of these runners will be able to check 230, and then will be able to go to the left if they want to. And I kind of expect both of them to do that. Basically, check 230, come back up, go left, go through Terminator, and then check those portals.
We get another power bomb pack down here. Is there only one on Chozo statues?
Yep, there's only one on Chozo statue, so it can't be here. There could be a bomb. Okay. I mean, this could be anything, basically, other than a suit. And it's high jump boot, so that's a pretty good item. It's really good for things like Suitless Meridia, but even outside of that, it's just a really solid item overall. Saves a lot of time in movement.
Yeah, and if we run in the speed booster, we're not going to have to adjust for not having the boots. So that is a nice thing to find. And we're going to have John going left here.
Yep.
Both runners right behind.
I like this a lot. If you go right, you can get both transitions, but you have to CWJ to get one, which is pretty annoying. So going to the left, just getting the 2 transitions for pretty much free is pretty good.
Definitely, and I don't think you can CWJ with your high boots, right? I mean, you gotta take those off.
You
I do.
It's stupid.
But yeah,
you
it's
would
extra
turn them
menuing. Hey, we found this top of Red Tower.
Yep, top of Red Tower. John going straight in. I like this play from Smellin a lot to come back and check this portal instead. This could be like a Kraid or a Torian, or like there are a lot of different like portals that.
Oh,
Green
vanilla.
Brinstar too. Interesting. So I think that I prefer going to Green Brinstar here because with Red Tower you're really likely to like get back to that at some point. There are 6 portals in Red Tower. So you're probably gonna run into them at some point. Ooh, and there's a Varia suit. But with Green Brinstar there are only 3 portals, so you're a lot less likely to find the portals.
Yeah, I like the route Smellin chose, but the seed like John's choice a little bit more. That Varia.
I mean,
picked up.
I don't know for sure that that's like bad for Smellin yet.
I'm pretending it is right now to create hype and awareness about this is game 5. Everything's crazy. Far from over, obviously, but that's a nice thing for John this either.
Like, I think that... Did John even check the other portal here?
I don't think he checked the Meridia tube, no.
That's... Huh. So John is playing, like, really aggressive here. Not even checking that portal. It could work out, like, you could just, like, run into all of the portals you want anyway. But it's... Okay, not doing X-Ray D-Boost. You could do X-Ray D-Boost here, no E-Tanks, but Varia makes it, like, okay. Because Varia just protects you so much.
Yeah, let's see what old Spacer has for us, and if John does run into... Hey, Space Jump.
Space Jump, okay, so now John can go back and get that X-Ray if he so wants. I like this play from Smellin to remember that he needs power bombs.
Yeah, with only 5 peeps, you don't want to get stuck somewhere down a power bomb and potentially soft lock yourself, even though they've implemented a lot of anti-soft lock stuff. But it can still happen.
I mean, yeah, you basically, like, 2 power bombs is enough to get Spore Spawn and Charge Beam if you do, like, the power bomb lay right, but it's not fantastic, and then you're, like, at 0. So, right now... Actually, no, it wouldn't be enough because you need a power bomb to break the blocks at Decor Pit.
Oh, and Smellin getting that reserve tank, so this is pretty much tied up again. With an item that powerful, it's really anyone's game now.
I didn't see that portal from John. I didn't see either of those portals.
I think one of them was a...
One was New Bridge. So that's actually, like, good for Smellin and kind of good for John. It kind of, like, evens out to some extent. Because that means that both runners are going to end up getting the items that the other runner didn't. Yeah, and John is not checking tube either. But yeah, I think this is going to end up like a little more efficient routing for Smellin.
I do like John's aggressive play, just going for it. These two have already met in this series once, and I definitely felt that game out. That was a dash mode, but I like the choices here. This is making it really interesting. Full area, getting this divergence off the bat.
Okay,
and
it's
now
just
we got bombs, so we don't have to worry too much about power bomb ammo now.
And gravity
suit.
So okay, so
now it's over. I'm just playing.
Yeah. I think this Smellin's gonna get both of those like really quick, unless this portal like baits Smellin into going into it. Wreck Ship almost would, for me. I might just do Wreck Ship, like do right super and then leave. But
yeah, so Smellin gets all the energy and John gets all the suits so far with the routing. But like you said, Zeb, they're gonna have to cross back over at some point, so I don't imagine either one will be wanting for anything come the 15-minute mark.
Yeah. So John not doing Green Brinstar yet, I guess wants to check these portals that... Yeah, and I wouldn't do this portal yet. Like, you don't know where Torian's at, unless I missed seeing Torian. If you find Torian at the front there, then it's like just GG. Yeah, okay, so that was Lava Dive.
And I think John is going back to check the one portal that he didn't check last time.
Yeah, maybe. He might also be planning on going to Greenbryn. Okay, so there is Dorian. So that... And John's skipping it again, so... That now... Okay, John does go back. Okay. So John is missing one portal. Has checked every other portal except Meridia Escape at Red Tower. So we'll have, like, all of the information except for that.
Smelling gonna get Space Jump. That should lead him straight to the Gravity Suit.
Yep.
We know Very is at Alpha Peebs.
I really don't think that Smellin's gonna go into East Meridia, so I think that Smellin's gonna have both suits, like, really quickly here, too.
Nice health drops there.
I think that the thing that John maybe can do is skip the Green Brinstar checks. Because there wasn't really much there.
Yeah,
Smellin,
especially
please
with
remember
having those suits.
to farm some PBs here. Smellin should remember to get these, yeah. Just need to.
There we go. Yeah, nice headbutt on the Fire Fleas there to force yourself to remember to get a Power Bomb.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so John sees Wreck Ship and bails too. I actually don't really agree with that as John, I think. I think that with John being at the point that he's at, and Smellin, I actually forgot that Smellin had bombs, but so does Smellin, so.
So it's okay. Yeah, with John having both suits and that damage reduction, a 1 E-Tank fight against Phantoon is not as scary with both suits like that.
Yeah, it's not, like, scary. I don't think it's scary at all with both suits, and then, like, you're doing something that you have to do anyway, kind of a thing. I guess the only worry is, like, maybe you abandon the back and it's Kraid there. I feel like you can afford to just go in, try to kill the boss, check right super, leave, and hope that the back isn't Kraid.
Okay, so Smellin checking the portal real quick.
Yep.
Also doesn't want to go to...
I really like the decision not to go into East Meridia here.
Yeah, and this is gonna make Smellin happy finding this ferry upstairs here. And once that happens, John should be pretty much wrapped up with all these Greenbryn checks, and then we're gonna
and I think
a
the
tie ball game here and see what they want to do next.
Smellin will have one more portal than John. But yeah, I think they are, like, actually in pretty similar spots. Smellin does have a few extra missiles, an extra reserve, and an extra E-Tank, but I think that John is... John didn't get the reserve, so...
Oh, and Smellin skipping Varia. Obviously never gonna come back for it.
Yeah. But Smellin does... Ammo could matter. I think that this is a seed where ammo is very likely to matter, actually. When you get go mode this early, normally I prefer going for ammo rather than charge, especially without any other beams, so even if you find charge, like, charge with no other beams is still not great.
Yeah, it's still a 4 million shot fight for Ridley and Mudbrain. Not quite that many, but...
We'll get to see this portal for the first time. Okay, it's Upper Norfair. That's pretty good. You get 2 checks here if you want them. I'd probably do Wave. I'd think about... I'm not sure if you want to do Speed or not. If Smellin feels like he's enough of a favorite, then I think that you probably do Speed, but...
Nice synced ammo pickup there. And let's see what Wave has for us.
X-Ray. So, not great here. No charge, no plasma yet, so... I mean, maybe it's great if your name is Beef Robber, but otherwise not a great pickup. And it does look like, with the way that Smellin is routing here, Smellin will likely be going to Speed. It's possible that Smellin is instead going to, just go to Norfair Reserve. and basically commit to ammo really hard. But yeah, I'd expect most players would just go straight to speed.
Yeah, we know we haven't seen any beams yet, so as long as it's not Spazer, this is going to be a pretty decent find, I think.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there are a couple of other duds. There's still like some ammo items. There's even like an E-tank is pretty bad right now.
I think there is one missile tank left too.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
And
it's
there
what I
is
said.
Spazer.
Okay, so
I'm kind of surprised. Okay, so I think that John is going into Wreck Ship if John is coming back this way. Because I think otherwise you just like go into Red Tower and you go check that portal that you missed. But I kind of like coming back for this. I wish that John had done it to start. I think that would have been better. But
yeah,
like coming back for it isn't terrible here.
And I also want to agree with D-Web that Wreck Ship is absolutely going to have something helpful.
Oh, I would grab those supers as Melon 100% there. Like, you scout them. Like, supers are so good. Especially in this seed where you're like, all you need is ammo to beat the game.
Yeah, I'm surprised Smell didn't jump back around for him, but maybe he'll route him back in on the way back.
Mm-hmm. And, like, if you find the back of Floor Warfare here, for example, then, like, you want to have 30 supers.
Hey,
Okay, there's another super. So this seed has been pretty friendly thus far with ammo. Not to say that it will continue to be, but...
Yeah, but not bad. And we're going to get our first boss fight now. They're in the vanilla places, right? So this is Phantoon?
Yep, this is Phantoon. And a West Meridia. I like going into this as Melon. There are no major items here, no Trozos. But...
a couple portals to check out. And Phantoon giving us a slow right off the bat. That makes sense. That's what Phantoon does.
Yep, and Smellin, I think that was the front of East Meridia. Smellin can't do that and can't get to any of the majors in East Meridia yet. So, you kind of have to back out there. Not even like on 15 power bombs to be able to do CF clip. And skipping those missiles, I really don't agree with skipping missiles. In this seed especially. Like, I think that the seed you want every missile pack you come across to get in go mode as fast as you possibly can.
Definitely, yeah. Who knows, Charge could be at Shack Tool. And you don't want to waste that time and go that way. But hey, we found a Kraid portal.
Yeah, that's a really important portal.
One of our 3 dead-end portals. And now with Smellin having that knowledge, to take care of Kraid real quick.
Yeah,
that never hurts.
You probably pick this up. Like, you don't have a great loadout for Lower Norfair. If you had Screw Attack, I think that there's an argument to skip this E-Tank, but...
Now we're only 2 away from stand-up if we ever find Charge. That's probably not going to happen, but just a thought to have in the back of your mind.
There's Wave Beam. That's another one of the kind of dud items right now. Doesn't really do too much without Charge Beam. It does make a possible like Charge Find better, but... And it does make Baby Skip a little easier.
And if you named yourself after that beam, I think you'd really appreciate it too.
Yeah, you would think so, but I think that one of the runners in a previous race skipped that item when he found it.
Well, I can't spoil that for anyone because I missed that race.
And there's the missile, so that's... I should have been keeping track, but I'm not sure how many remaining Chozo missiles or supers there are. I know that the Awakening Missile was a super, but I'm not sure other than that. I think Sports Bomb might have been.
I think that does it for ammo, if I counted right, but...
It might. I
Can't be
haven't
sure.
been counting, so... And there's a Plasma Beam, so... Another kind of nice item, like that's actually pretty good for Lore and Warfare. Now for John. And I'm really curious if John is just going to go all the way through ship. Or if John is going to head back.
The underneath bowling Chozo, but that takes a bit.
I think I like this from John. I think that once you're there, you want to go to the back. The only bad portal, I think, is Croc, from what we know. I think every other portal is okay.
With all the Chozo statues we've seen and not finding charge, I don't like John's ammo, so hopefully he can sneak in a few minor checks along the way.
Okay, and there's Croc, and there is Upper Norfair. The Croc entrance, actually. So now... How many portals do we have left?
That I haven't been keeping track of.
I think we know all the portals now. I think that Lava Dive goes to back of LN.
Orion is the top of tunnel. Glass tube, I mean.
Yep.
And
I think that the only portal we haven't seen is the back of LN and Upper Norfair Lava Dive. And I think that those two go to each other. Oh, did we see? Maybe we did see that. Yeah, yeah. That seems right, actually. Yeah, we haven't seen Meme Route. We've probably seen Upper Norfair Lava Dive then.
So that'll make for a much more comfortable LN. So that is a nice find for Smelling.
Yeah. Screw Attack here is decent. Like, you've already got so much ETH that, like, it's not that big of a deal.
Oh, but... I can't believe John skipped those supers.
Yeah,
that's surprising to me.
I don't know. When you're in this kind of a go mode, skipping supers is kind of crazy to me.
I guess just the heat of the race, just go. But yeah,
I mean, I think that John might just be like saying, "I'm going to find charge this seed," and Smellin not picking that up. Yeah, you want that, Smellin. If nothing else, just for the Dragon kill.
Yeah, without speed, you might as well speed that fight up.
Yeah, if you had speed, I think that skipping that makes some sense, but...
Seed is still being pretty nice with ammo, so that's good news for Smelling.
Yeah, I think that... I don't know, if Smelling had been picking everything up in his way, I think he'd be, like, in really, really good shape here, but, like, as it is, he's not in bad shape in terms of ammo, but he could be, like, really close to finishing the game. I will say, it's looking like, somewhat likely that ice or speed is going to be required, given the power bomb situation for Crystal Flash Clip. Just need, like, 2 extra power bomb packs that have not been materializing.
That could be Gauntlet, right? Or it could be top of wreck ship.
Yep, Gauntlet, top of wreck ship.
Those are not checks that these players want to run all the way back and do, but...
It could also be Shack Tool.
You might need it. Oh, that's true, Shack is available.
And it could be in More Warfare. At GT. Not good items for Smelling there. E-Tank Reserve and Missile. Not what you want to see when you're trying to get to the 40-60 ammo count. Smelling narrowly dodges that E-tank.
Alright, going back for these supers, because Smelling found him earlier.
Mm-hmm.
John getting his grapple beam. At this point, you think both of them will just go down and check LN? Because that portal is,
So I don't remember where
close.
the Lava Dad portal went, because I think that we've seen it.
Yeah, I remember seeing Lava Dive.
Yeah, upper Norfolk side.
Didn't see the backside yet, though. Oh, it's at Moat. Okay.
Okay, yep, it went to Moat. That's right, that's right. Okay.
Alright, John getting his screw attack.
Yeah, so yeah, you just like go here. Yep, okay, this makes sense. So for Smelling, you want to do this wreck ship now. And you basically like go do wreck ship. You go out through the front. That brings you back to Green Brinstar. And then you can go to Meme Route from Green Brinstar, and that takes you to the bottom right of Red Tower. And from there you can go into Lorne Warfare. I think this is a really awkward spot for Smelling. Trying to figure out how much you want to check, like, along the way. Because you could do, like, all of the checks. You could, like, do both the bottom checks on Wreck Ship, and then, like, go to the top of Wreck Ship. And then go into Lorne Warfare and check Screw Attack, and then check Ridley as well. So you could do all of that.
John
or you
found
can, like, try to skip.
Akamara portal.
Yep.
I didn't see that the last time someone was there. The last time Smelling was there, I didn't see that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now John will find Kraid here. I think that John might not, like, be in a bad position positionally. But Smelling's ammo is just, like, so much better than John's right now. Smelling's, like, really close to ammo mode.
Oh, yeah, and...
like, 3 supers off.
Seems like John's banking on finding that charge.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like John's route, as D-Web just pointed out.
I don't think that John's route works out better because of where John gets spit out. So basically, John will get spit out in West Meridia. We'll go to the top, find the front of East Meridia. Won't be able to do that. Then we'll go to the other portal and find Criteria.
Okay, then I had a portal mixed up somewhere, because I thought that connected a little bit better. But never mind then. That's why we have Zeb here.
I could be messing up too, like I don't use a tracker, so sometimes my memory.
It looks like Nevdy's agreeing with you as well, so I think you have it on point there.
John sees that missile, decides he does not want a missile.
So if Smellin decides to go check or full clear ship and charges up there, that's worst case scenario for John. We're gonna
that would be worst case scenario.
For John, we're gonna want charge at its vanilla location of right behind Ridley.
Yeah.
That would be a lot
I mean,
better.
you can't have charge behind Ridley in Chozo.
Oh no, yeah, that's right. Duh.
No charge behind Ridley or behind Croc, but there are still a lot of bad places for charge for John. It can't be behind Dragon either, so it can't be at Dragon or Plasma. So the remaining places are like, it could be at Screw Attack, it could be at top of Wreck Ship, it could be at Shack Tool, it could be at Gauntlet.
There's still a lot of places to check, and they're all spread out. And that makes what these guys are going to decide to do next really interesting.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Smellin will be clearing this. I think the Smellin might be feeling like I need to get something to be able to beat East Meridia. And the way the portals work out, you would want to save Lenophis for last. Yeah, John finds that won't be able to do it.
Realizing that no speed or ice at the moment.
I think this is just like a really awkward spot for like both of these runners. Just because like if you had 10 power bombs, you can maybe bank on like trying to find a third power bomb pack. And then being able to do suit with CF or do suit Crystal Flash Clip with bombs. Oh, and Smellin, I don't agree with this from Smellin. I don't think that this is the way you want to go.
Oh yeah, Smellin, same thing as John, deciding to bail out.
So I think this puts John actually like positionally ahead right now.
And that's why I was saying I liked this route so much before, because I knew things. We'll just pretend that was what happened.
So John is positionally ahead. Smellin has the ammo lead though.
Yeah, just in fanfare's sake, that's a lot of catch-up time that John needs if charge isn't found.
Yeah, yeah, but if charge is found, then all that fanfare doesn't matter.
Exactly. So this is still...
Yeah, I'm expecting
really
both to do Gauntlet here. And then I think that both will go into Red Tower and do Lower Norfair. I mean, you could... I think that you just do it from the front. Because you want that screw attack location, I think. So we'll get to see what's at Gauntlet. This is going to be like really huge. Just a reserve. John going out the front.
Oh man. Yeah, going out the front, I thought...
I guess John wants to go to meme route?
That's true, that wasn't checked yet. Maybe that could be the back LN.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think you go out the back.
Yeah, this is really interesting. They both have to feel behind at this point.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I think that, I think both are feeling, like, uneasy. Because of, like, how the speed or ice kind of thing is going, along with charge for John. But if, like, I think if Smellin, like, found speed or ice instantly, then he would feel really good.
Yeah, and John forgoing those...
but that's a
power bomb.
Yeah, that's a power bomb. That's actually really big. So that's really big because now Smellin only needs one more power bomb to suit with or to Crystal Flash Quit. But it's also really big because of Metroids. So if John doesn't find another power bomb pack, then Smellin will have like much faster Metroid rooms, not needing to like... I guess like it depends on where ice is too.
Okay, so this was back at LN.
Yep. And now John is starting to collect missiles, man. Like, At this point, I almost feel like you're just committed to charge. I don't know that you can change. Like you've been skipping up so much. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't really know that you can do that. There's a power bomb pack, so
that's better news for John. Maybe just to have an extra missile pack to be able to miss a shot on Ridley.
I'm curious if Smellin is gonna go out the back even. Is it kind of routes? Does it route okay to go out the back here? I think that John is going to go out the front.
Wait a minute, this is Chozo, so the item behind Ridley is technically a Chozo location, right?
Yes, it is, but it can't be charged. Because Ridley requires charge in Chozo, because there are only 10 super packs on Chozo statues.
Oh, okay. I understand
So,
now. I haven't done enough Chozo or watched enough to pick that up. So thank you.
yeah, it very well could be Ice or Speed, though. Yeah, West Meridian and Red Brinstar do not connect.
Power Bomb's a shame. Just missiles, and John deciding.
And now
that
John
one.
skips missiles. And John Smellin, this shocks me. I was
Skip
really
the
expecting
check.
Smellin to check D. Smellin will be able to beat the game because as long as Smellin goes out the pack, Smellin will get that power bomb pack and be able to beat the game.
Checking this minor,
Mhm.
but Smellin's not quite at ammo mode, so that's
Yeah,
smart.
and
It's on the way. Good
I think
pickup.
Nevdi in chat pointed out that if Smellin is coming out the back again, then he can check it on the way back out.
That's a fair point. Yeah, I hadn't thought
Yeah,
of that yet.
but like if you're doing that, then you're checking Mickey Mouse on the way back out too, because it's faster to do it then when you're going to screw attack already.
John now has full supers, ready to go in for the Ridley fight. Oh, and got blocked the first shot too.
Yeah, John should be fine. Entered with 35, I think, full, maybe 34, but
Yeah, it was 35, so
plenty of leeway.
he's not in a tough ammo situation.
And now Smellin is like really close to having enough ammo. Less than a
These
super
should be
pack away
good.
from minimum. This actually is doable for Smellin, I think, with this ammo count. It's just terrible.
And John breaking our boss lead for just a little bit.
And there's speed! Okay, I think that...
Oh man.
I think
Yeah,
that that's really good for Smellin. That's like really, really good for Smellin.
Yeah, definitely. With all the extra ammo that Smellin has picked up.
Because now Smellin will be in go mode, but John isn't.
Oh man. Yeah, charge needs to be on the way somewhere.
Yeah, and there's nowhere on the way.
Is Dragon even possible?
Nope, Dragon's
Nope.
not possible because Bot Woon is out of logic
All right.
without Charge Beam, because it can't expect you to kill Bot Woon on 10 missile, 10 super. And then because of that, Plasma's out of logic too. The Charge can't be at Plasma either. So there are a couple of spots Charge can be at. It can be a GT, it can be a Track Tool, it can be a top of wreck ship. And I think that's it.
Oh boy. Yeah, so this is looking nice for Smellin at the moment.
Yeah. I think that John needs to go out the front and needs Charge at GT exactly. I think if that happens, this is a race.
Well, this is gonna get super hype if John checks that and it's charge.
Okay, and John's headed that way. We'll see what happens.
Okay, yep, we got the boss tie again. Both need to go to Dragon, but John is gonna. Oh man, I'm too interested. I don't know what to say. Needs to be charged for this to be.
Yep. I think that if it's
tight
charged, it's
finish.
really close. It's like,
Super tight, yeah.
yeah, I think that John actually saves a lot of time from charge too. Because Melon still needs like one more super, and maybe two more supers, honestly, like to be comfy. So this is basically the race here. John
Yeah.
needs charge here.
That was a good second try gate. Okay, let's see what it is.
It is
Oh
charged!
my goodness!
Oh my gosh! So now this is like a real race now. This is a really.
This is what a game 5 needs.
Yep.
Oh wow!
I think that John might be ahead. Not to like speak too early, but I think this could come down to Metroid drops. If one runner gets Metroid drops and doesn't have to go back and refill, and the other doesn't.
And Smellin is not gonna check it. And I
Yep.
don't
I mean,
Smellin because you already have the ammo.
Yeah,
so.
you already have the ammo. I think it would be bad for Smellin to check it, even if Smellin knew it was charged there. So.
I think Smellin would want one more super pack, and one more
maybe
power bomb would be
2.
nice as well.
Yeah.
Just so you don't have to go back to the elevator and refill for the Metroids.
So I think this will also come down to who routes better. So you want to get to the... So it looks like Smellin's going to the back of East Meridia. Is there a better way? I think that the back here is just like the right way to go. John's thinking about it. John needs a second to think. This is giving Smellin some time.
Oh, this is
Torian, John. Okay, John starting to go the right way. We'll see if John... So yeah, you just go through the back. Like, there's no way to get back to West Meridia to get to the front. It's just, like, really bad. And then you end up coming out the back and going straight to Torian. So I think that Smellin needs kind of, like, the on-the-way checks to be good. John...
John, I think, forgot
John,
where the portal was.
If John doesn't... Like, if John needs to go... Okay, John remembers. So, John did lose, like, 30 seconds or so just thinking. And I think that makes this, like, really close again. I think best case scenario for John is behind Dragon's Ice. Because then John doesn't have to worry about having 10 power bombs compared to like Smellin possibly finding another one.
That's true. I don't think it would help or hurt either of them too much, but Ice for Torian is always going to be quicker.
Yeah, I guess I'm just thinking that like Smellin's a lot more likely to find a third power bomb pack because Smellin's looking for ammo anyway. And if Smellin finds a third power bomb pack, then Ice is better for John. And there's a super pack that's really good for Smellin.
I'm trying to remember where John found the aqueduct portal. From the
and another
side.
super. That's enough for Smellin. That's exactly what Smellin needed. So Smellin has the ammo. They're like going to be like in the same room. This is like crazy.
This is crazy tight. Now it's going to come down to
yeah. John wasting those 30 seconds just thinking really makes this like a real race again. I'm kind of hoping at this point.
John almost went for the X Factor strat and then realized, no, it'd take too long to do that to the to the menu.
No, I think that John was thinking about his ammo, and then realized he had charge, and didn't have to worry about ammo.
Botwound dying just a couple seconds after. Race to Dragon, race to Torian. This is what a game 5
Oh,
should be.
Smellin, you don't want
Stuplers.
You don't want that super. You don't need it. You're like plenty comfy. Smellin had 5 supers of Leeway already on Mother Brain, and now Smellin has 10.
We got the
Yeah, almost
Halfie.
full halfie. We'll see if Smellin gets it. Smellin gets the same thing. Oh, I think the Smellin could have down grabbed there to stay at the top.
Both runners have their grapple beam, so this should be a pretty darn quick fight. And then we're gonna get a Torian race.
And Smellin's still picking up ammo. Maybe
Oh,
Smellin's
wow.
not confident with Speed Zeb Skip. That's another thing that, like...
That's true, that could be a thing.
But even then, like, you're not getting up to enough ammo to be able to completely break all the Zebs and not refill anyway. Smellin needs to have, like, a really good Dragon fight. It looks like John isn't having a great Dragon fight so far, but...
Yeah, John not getting the nice pattern from Dragon. Had to change up the strat in the middle of it. That was a good spark, though. But this is gonna put Smellin ahead here.
Oh, nope, John's still
Oh, John
slightly
still
ahead.
got it.
And I think that John having that charge beam is just like... Oh, and
Smellin's gonna
Smellin's
check
checking.
this because it might be
So if this is ice...
something good.
If this is ice, I think that puts Smellin back in the lead.
So it's got to be ice then, right? Oh, it's spring.
Oh, no. I don't see how Smellin can make back the time now. I guess Baby Skip and Metroid Drops. There is a way. So Smellin needs to get Metroid Drops, and John can't.
Oh,
And if that happens, I think that... It'll also, like, be interesting if one of the runners decides to refill after Room 1 in Torian, and the other doesn't.
That's true. That is nice about the full area. You can refill at the elevator instead of the ship.
Yep.
So that could be the strat for only 2 packs. Man, I'm glad I'm here. This is a great game 5.
Yeah, this is really, really good.
Okay, John on the elevator, Smellin just about a room and a half behind. Now John, with that 30-second think earlier, knows exactly where Torian is now. So shouldn't have to think about it this time.
Yep, it's pretty easy routing from here to Torian.
Alright, here we go. For all the marbles to get into the round of 8.
So I'll watch to see what their elevator times are. John at 48:46. Ellen falling down.
About 20 seconds difference, maybe a little bit more.
Yep, just about 20 seconds. So it'll all come down to these Metroid drops.
Metroid drops and maybe a baby skip and...
Yeah, baby skip with 20 seconds. Yeah, that could. Like, speed Zeb skip too.
And then the speed Zeb
John
skip
got one
was
drop.
with that. So
John
John
not
needs one
going
more
back.
drop.
Yep.
So we gotta see what this
So if
is
Smellin
here.
goes back after room 1 and John doesn't get the drop.
Yeah, that'd be huge.
But John got
John
it.
has enough. John has the drops now. Doesn't need to go back at all.
Smellin also
Smellin
gets
got
the drop.
one. Smellin got one drop.
So now Smellin really, like, Smellin needs to get baby skip and get the drops now.
Yeah, now there's not room for error here. Come on, get a drop. Oh,
No drop.
no.
Oh, and Smellin is back. Okay, Smellin still can get one drop here. And then needs
Holy
to get
cow.
Baby Skip and John to miss it. I'm not sure that's even enough now, but it'll make it really close.
One of them struggle on the speed zeb skip, maybe. Oh,
Nope,
no.
no drops. Yeah,
No drop.
I think that's it.
Holy cow. Well, it's not a foregone conclusion. There's a couple things that could happen, but yeah, if this is played straight, it looks like John's in fantastic position. All those
Yeah,
years
I think
of
at this
coaching
point
Cutie
John
has
just
paid
needs
off.
to not die. Yeah.
So MST and John and Leno, all that time coaching Cutie, this has just really paid off for him.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think it goes to show that Cutie chose the right coaches.
I think so. Alright, let's see how many tries for the speed zeb skip here.
John doesn't need it. Only Smellin does. Yeah, and John should just not bother. With Charge Wave Plasma, that's not even like that much worse than Supers in terms of DPS, so you just want to barrel through these guys instead of trying to get speed zeb skip.
If it comes down to like a reserve tank, MST is going to be so mad at me for saying that earlier in the game. I hope it doesn't. I don't wish bad upon either of these runners.
I mean, John has 5 E-tanks. It's hard for that to...
Yeah.
If there were 4, you could take a double hit. With 5, it would need to be like a double hit, catch up, plus other stuff.
No onion rings. John is not hungry yet.
Oh, and Smellin got crouch locked.
Nice catch-up dodge there by John.
Yep, one more, and that should be it.
And there you go. Just the right amount of damage and down.
And
Very nice.
Smellin also missiling this door. Smellin's really playing the safe. I think Smellin has like 12 supers of leeway now.
Yeah, I kind of want to talk about the previous matches in this series because it's been such a good series, but I don't want to spoil it for anyone that wants to come back through.
I think I see what's going on. Smellin might not be confident with speed zeb skip. Yeah. So this was the reason that Smellin was picking up the ammo. Smellin has so much that like Smellin doesn't need to even missile these last couple of zebs. But it is doing it for good measure anyway. And then going back and missiling or refilling missiles.
Yeah, 6 and 5, that's just not enough. Don't you need like 18 hits, so 11 and 7.
Yeah, you would need a little
like
more.
That. Other Brain 3 incoming.
Yep. All that stands between Cutie's coaches and a trip to the top 8 is this escape and Mother Brain 3.
And from the beginning of the seed, John did make a bunch of aggressive plays that could have backfired very easily, and they didn't. So, yeah, this one was just so much fun to watch and talk about.
Yeah, this was a really good race. Like I'm not sure that the Torian drops because of Smellin going back and refilling would have been the difference, but
I would have liked to smell and get that drop just so we could see, a hyper close ending. But
I mean, it would have been interesting if Smellin got the drops and John didn't.
But it looks like we need to get our GGs ready for Cutie's coaches. Done a great job of battling this seed out, or this whole 5-game series out, getting to the round of 8. Gonna have an exciting next week upon us, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I think that there will be a lot of really good matchups in the round of 8. And with that, FrenchLightningJohn finishes in first place with an official racetime.gg time of 56 minutes and 25 seconds. GG to John.
Very nice run. So now next week, Zeb, it looks like your team is going against Cutie's coaches.
It's the revenge match because I lost to Metroid MST last year in the randomizer tournament, so...
MST is one of those players that can just beat absolutely anyone and also have a loss against absolutely anyone. It's been kind of funny to go back and rewatch some of those older ones. Nothing against MST, I think he's awesome. But I've seen some really awesome races, and it keeps it interesting for sure.
And we'll see if John comes in for the interview and if Smellin joins afterwards. And probably Mark Smellin is done as well to maybe get that interview out a little quicker. And it looks like we are joined by John. GG, FrenchLightningJohn. Oh, not sure if you're talking, but we can't hear you.
Yeah, John might be muted. But GG's, that was an awesome run. Unfortunately, we can't hear John at the moment. But if you'd like, Zeb can ask me questions and I can pretend to be John.
Sorry, I was muted.
John's
don't
here,
worry,
everyone.
don't worry. So, how do you feel about that seed?
Man, I feel good at when that seed was kind of something. To be honest, I didn't thought that I would have won this one.
Yeah, I think through most of the race, I felt like Smellin was ahead. But that charge at GT just saved the day for you basically.
I was hoping for Charging to win, to be honest, because I was not taking any ammo.
Yep. Yeah, I saw you skipping supers and I was like, I don't know about that, but then you did end up getting the charge, so. Yeah.
Did we take the same route, me as well, or?
No, it was very different.
Okay.
Smellin was a lot more thorough in checking portals. Where especially early, you were very aggressive, I guess, in just following whatever portal you came across and not checking the portals around it.
Yeah.
You even in Red Tower didn't check the Meridia escape hole there.
Yeah, I totally. To be honest, I forgot about that. That one. I didn't forget the middle one. I just decided to go below, check the Shizo statue, and then check those two at the right, and then return to up there. So, and it was a good thing because I found a space jump that made me found like a gravity
Mhm,
suit.
mhm, mhm. Yeah, I think that. Yeah, that space, like this was a really fast seed. Smellin routed a little differently because Smellin found that red tower, backed out instantly, and checked the other portal there, and found Green Bryn and went through Green Bryn instead.
I see.
And then at the end of Green Bryn was Red Tower, and then Smellin went through Red Tower then.
Okay, so you went to the left and to Green Brim, while I continue to the right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you had found Gravity and Varia, I would say maybe 4 minutes before Smellin found them.
But like it didn't really matter.
But it didn't matter because by the time you
did the
guys
same
crossed
thing.
paths again, it was pretty tied up there. It was a really close race.
Yeah, and we are joined by Smellin as well. GG Smellin.
GG.
Yeah.
So I guess what did you think of that seed, Smellin?
I just feel like I routed horribly. I think like pretty much every like major routing decision I made I think was probably wrong, but yeah, so I was like pretty sure that I lost when I got to Turian, and then I had a terrible Turian anyway, so I was kind of
I think that you were like
not done.
Okay until at the end of Wreck Ship, instead of going out the front, you went out the back. I think that you were like I felt like your route made a lot of sense up to that point. And then like going out the front, like you're right there for Lore and Warfare. Instead of like you went out the back and had to route a long time to get back to Gauntlet.
Yeah.
And then like from there, like it doesn't even route quickly to Lore and Warfare. Kind of.
I think I didn't think about how close that was to Lower Norfair. If I had like realized that was close to Lower Norfair, I would have done that.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to route in the Chozo, and then I actually the only reason I went through Criteria was to go to the back of Lower Norfair. But then when I was on my way there, I was like, oh, this is horrible. I don't want to go to the back.
Yeah.
So then I just did Gauntlet, and then
I was also really surprised that you skipped GT. Because like you went. I thought that you were going back to like do Gauntlet. That was kind of what I was thinking, because I was thinking you were looking for Speed or Ice kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then you skipped GT, which GT did end up being Charge.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, I guess I was just like expecting you to do that when I saw that.
Yeah, I think. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, especially because like you only had a few spots Speed or Ice could be left.
Yeah, when I was like in mid powerbomb in the pillar setup, I was like, I think I should check it, but then I went through the door and I was like, I feel like I've seen pretty much every single Chozo except for Speed, Ice, and Charge, so I probably should have checked it, but. And then I found Speed behind Ridley, which made me feel like okay about the skip.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that like solidified that you were skipping it, because I think that you would have had another chance to like check it on the way back if you hadn't gotten that, like, because you wanted to go out the back out the front. But like because you got Speed, then you're not checking it anymore.
I think if I hadn't found Speed, I might have been dumb and gone out the back to look for more power bombs.
There was another power bomb at Hodorubi.
Ooh, yeah, that would have been go mode for me. So.
So overall, the 3 power bombs, I think we have the same one. So Otarabi, which was my second, seemed to be not Smellin's second one.
Yeah, Smellin got one. God, where was it? Trying to remember where the second power bomb for Smellin was.
Yeah, because Smellin got his slightly before John.
Yeah.
John the Hoda.
Because I was looking a lot for a second power bomb pack, just in case I was not able to find Ice Beam.
Yeah, and that was also like a big thing in Torian, because John,
Gauntlet.
you got the drops and Smellin didn't.
Oh yeah, it was back of Gauntlet.
Oh yeah, it was Gauntlet. It was the back of Gauntlet.
Oh. Yeah, I would have never found that one.
Yeah, I was really surprised, John, actually, that you didn't like go all the way through Gauntlet when you did. I was thinking that you wanted to do the front of Lore and Warfare, because I was thinking that you wanted GT as well. Because you were so committed to Charge, and Charge can't be behind Ridley anyway.
Yeah, when I looked for it, I think I didn't have any Ice or Speed, so I was looking for both of them for for going to the dragon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this one was like a really interesting race. Like, really close right up until the end. And then, yeah, like it looked like you were ahead, John, and then you seemed to like forget the portals to some extent, like in Red Tower, trying to figure out the best way to go to East Meridia.
Yes and no, because I was also looking at my notes, so that's why I was stopping, because I was where I need to go, look at my notes to make sure I'm not lost.
Mm-hmm.
So it took me some time with that. It's better to lose a few seconds than losing a few minutes because you're lost.
Yeah. And then Smellin, I think that you might have like overpicked up a little bit on ammo at the end.
Yeah, I grossly miscounted how much ammo I needed for Mother Brain.
Yeah, so were you thinking about like you don't want to speed Zeb skip, so you're trying to pick up enough ammo that you didn't need to go back and refill?
Yeah,
So
I miscounted 65 minus 7 as being 48 instead of 58.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to like kill a lot of Zebs because I thought I needed way. Then like right when Mother Brain started coming out of the ground, I was like, oh, I only need 6 missiles, not like 40.
Yeah. Yeah, you had a lot. But yeah. Because it was like looking really close until you start picking up those ammo items, and then like John kind of pulled ahead at that point. Like you got the double supers at Aqueduct, which was really good for you. Like that was basically like the last thing that you really needed. But if you couldn't speed Zeb skip anyway, then it probably wouldn't have mattered regardless.
Yeah. I guess I can speed Zeb skip. I just didn't want to rely on it because the last time I relied on it in a race, I didn't really get it. So
You guys had an awesome season, though. I was lucky enough to catch a lot of your games, and WWE. It was a lot of fun to watch and calm your races.
Yeah, I think our team did really well. I'm really proud of how we did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're like one win over Cat Girls away from the 1 seed in your division.
Right, yeah.
So
yeah, that was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I guess any last thoughts on the seed, on the season as a whole? You two?
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Yeah, GG to all the teams we faced, all my opponents. Good luck to Vileplume. You guys are gonna take it.
John, do you want to respond to that?
I'm sure we might win this one between you and us. I would say it would be a close one. It would be like this one, a 5 match.
Mm-hmm. It's too bad we don't have MST in here because I know MST would doing a lot of trash.
Yeah, not the kind of trash talk like him. So
hey, MST.